get the best guys out. To me, that translates into a lot of saves.
Yeah, I think you go closer first, if anything, because the closer may be taken.
Yeah, we're up to us. Do you want to go with Bass or Matt Barnes?
I'd say probably go with Bass. Bass.
How can we not? We just had him on the show on Monday. It's a mock draft. You can't pass that up, right?
Correct.
That's the way to pick Ray, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. In a mock for sure. But no, I would go with him anyways. And we'll do Dahlbeck on the way back, unless Cardi. No, Cardi went Pomerantz, Votto. Votto has COVID, but doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, no, it shouldn't matter.
Okay. So we're going to go Dahlbeck. We're in round 21, by the way. There are 22 regular spots, and then there's 6 bench spots. So we're moving here. We've been drafting for just under an hour, so probably another 10, 15 minutes at the most here. All right, a couple first basemen there. Dahlbeck, Votto. Our offense is done in terms of regular starters. We can then work on bench. We also have one more pitching spot. Our closers are Soria, Bass, and Edwin Diaz. So we don't need a closer, 12-team. I can always go with a fourth. That never a bad thing. Maybe the Rockies closer in the very end to cement it. You never know. And then just some bench guys. And starters. You need starters. There's never enough starters to go. All right, Ray. Half the round coming up to you. What do you need? It looks like you need a pitcher. You haven't taken a pitcher in 4 rounds.
Yeah, both of my last 2 spots in the starting roster are pitchers, so I'll probably just stay. I don't have to get them here, but I'll probably just pick off both pitchers and be done with that. I will. I could share that after while you guys were picking there, I got not one but 2 DMs from Vlad Sedler and Eric Cross, respectively, complaining about the Mitch Haniger pick. Vlad in particular said he let Haniger go through my turn because he looked at my roster and thought I was full of outfielders, but didn't notice the Brandon Lau flexibility. So there's some bitterness in the draft room right now.
We got a message from Eric Cross. Says Ariel no. What was that referring to, the Dahlbeck pick? I don't even know.
I'm looking at the timestamp and trying to see. Yeah, it must have been.
I guess. All right. Cross is picking at the very end of the draft, so close to you. So it's hard to snipe somebody all the way around. But
yeah, that's too much of a point.
Maybe. All right. And I'm not a prospect guy, but all right, we've recommended him, and we needed that spot, and that's fine. Yoli Gurriel, by the way, is still available. We can take him to shore up the first base position next. We can do that. All right, up to you in one more pick. Nate Pearson gone. Pearson will start the year on the IL, but if there again, he's a guy that if you have an IL, worth a lot more. If you have an NFBC pick, probably she should be available close to the beginning. Any update on Pearson, Ruvain?
He's throwing from 120 feet, but otherwise no update besides that. He's not pitching ready yet.
Okay. Well, it's up to you, Ray. 2 picks.
All right, I just took Taylor Rogers as my third reliever. Maybe you have a share of the closer job there and good ratios. And I need another starter. I'm going to go with Brady Singer.
Okay. There you go, Rogers and Singer.
And through 22 rounds, I have filled all 22 of my starting spots, so now it's just a question of, looks like we get 6 bench spots here.
Wander Franco just went. What do you think about taking prospects at this stage in the draft?
I mean, I don't know if we're going to see Franco before September. I know he's getting taken. I almost, even despite the difference in the cost, I almost prefer the pick of Kelnick up in round 10 or whatever it was, 15, because I'm pretty confident he's going to be up after a month or whatever, but you might be carrying Franco until September. Maybe I'm just low on him.
Yeah. The Rays can do anything. I mean, did they took one lefty-only batter and batted him right-handed in a switch hitting situation? What's his name?
Tampa.
Ji-Man Choi. Choi, yeah.
That's right.
They never batted righty before. They decided to bat him righty in a situation. Weird.
He said he's not going to do that this year, by the way.
All right. Going to be up to us. I think we should do a corner. We got Eduardo Escobar, Yuli Gurriel, Kyle Seager. There's also Alex Dickerson, and Corey Dickerson is the highest guy on my draft board. I think I would go with Corey Dickerson. A decent average. We could use a little bit shoring up in the outfield. Maybe Corey Dickerson is the way to go.
Yeah, I think so.
Should we go Dickerson, just for the fun of it? Alex Dickerson, Corey Dickerson?
That would be very weird, but we could do that.
Okay. Don't need a closer right now. Any pitchers come to mind? Oh, James Paxton's still there. I can't let that slip.
I just clicked his star, Ariel.
Yeah. All right, Paxton.
And Kyle Seager just went. So Paxton's the guy to go here.
Yeah,
and then
Paxton's
you shore
the
up,
guy.
that shores up your pitching. You're good.
Yeah. All right, so pick a Dickerson. Corey Dickerson is more valued for me.
Yes, Corey Dickerson bats better and has a better spot in the lineup also.
All right, we'll do that. Freddie Peralta, Chris Sale went. We're going to do that. We'll get the corner of the way back. One of my corners that I just mentioned will be back, so we'll go outfielder here. So we went starting pitcher, outfielder for our first 2 reserve rounds. Only 5 rounds to go, so we're moving here, and we're in the 23rd.
Chris Sale was just taken. This is interesting. Who do you think will play in the majors first this year, Juan DeFranco or Chris Sale?
Ooh.
Oh, I'll take Sale on that bet, I think.
You think so? He's had already one setback.
No, I'm going to go Franco on that because of injury.
But that's an interesting thought right there.
I heard you talking a little bit about this array at first pitch, but how do you value a guy like Chris Sale? Because all the projection systems, including my own, have him at 80, 90 innings. I don't think he's getting 80, 90 innings this year.
Yeah, that's about where we have him too. And if you compare him to Lamet from the conversation earlier, Lamet gives you immediate value, and if he blows up, you just replace him. But your Sale is the reverse; it costs you the roster spot until he comes back. You sort of have to pay the penalty up front before you get whatever the benefits are. I haven't gone there at all yet this year.
Yeah, actually, we talked about that on the panel that you moderated at first pitch. That it's one of the front-loaded risk, one's a back-loaded risk, and I think I'd rather have Lamet easily Lamet over Sale, but Sale worries me, especially in we have limited IL or limited bench. It's just you got to carry the guy all year long, and it's very possible he doesn't pitch at all. It's a possibility, a real one.
Yeah, it's a good point. We don't, since this is the mock draft, we don't necessarily know what the retain all year rules are. But if there was an IL spot, totally different story. Then it's
right.
just a free pick and stash until he's available versus like the NFBC or TGFBI rule where he chews up the reserve spot.
It's almost up to you. A quick comment as you're picking, but there are some leagues. I know RTS runs some that are draft champions where you can't change your roster the entire whatever you pick in your first 23 guys. That's the roster. There's no subs. There's no bench. That's the roster. In that kind of league, Chris Sale is worth 0, I think.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. Why would you play with, I don't care what happens. If you're playing for 3 or 4 months with 22 against 23, it's not going to go well for you.
All right, take us through your last 2 picks that you just made.
Yeah, so I just grabbed Josh Lindblom as another pitcher who I like just to sort of give me, I guess that's a 7th starter for the rotation. And Jake Cronenworth just basically for max flexibility. He's got first base, second base, shortstop eligibility, and combine that with Wow and Dom Smith, and I think I can cover every position on my team. Right.
You're worried at all about Cronenworth's playing time? You got Profar, you got Kim, you worried Tatis? You worried about him?
Yeah, a little bit, but that's why he's still here around 24, right?
That's true. The cost, the investment cost here is low, so you'll get a good return. But yeah, I think he's being overdrafted this year, especially in deeper leagues where you need the at bats. And no question he has that power speed combo, but I question the things. All right, Ruvain, who are the options to look at here?
Here, I think we're looking at getting an outfielder. I'm looking at the outfield, and it's getting thin here. So I think at this point you have to look where they're going to be batting. I know it's a little bit lower down, but Brandon Nemo is set to lead off for that Mets lineup. That's not a bad pick here to get a lot of runs because he gets on base a lot.
Yeah, better in an on-base league also. You don't like Alex Dickerson better?
Alex Dickerson, that lineup is not as good, and he's so injury-prone. I did pick him in the TGFBI, but, he's injury-prone, so.
Okay, and also I'd like to get a corner as well. All right, you want to try a Nemo here? We were up to the spot.
Yes.
All right, we'll go with your Nemo, and we'll go with a corner on the way back, and then we'll do pitching next time. Nemo, we got Eduardo Escobar. I like Eduardo Escobar, but him or Yuli. You're worried of Yuli, and there's Rowdy Tellez.
I like Escobar better. We have him valued higher, and I think he's gonna have a bounce back season.
Yeah, again, this is the bench spot here, so I'm good with having him as the bench just to get those counting stats, the runs and RBIs. It's so undervalued, the runs and RBIs there. Noah Syndergaard taken, so it looks like
unless you want to go Paxton here if he's still available.
James Paxton's on our team.
He's on our team already. Okay, so you can't pick him already. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we can't pick him anymore. He's on our team.
You can only have one of him.
Yeah.
Tell that to Will Smith.
uh, Jose Ramirez. There's actually another Jose Ramirez in baseball. Or how about Rougned Odor? Do you know that Rougned Odor's brother's name is Rougned Odor?
And
That's like the George Foreman kids, right?
Yeah, and he was also in the Texas Rangers organization at the same time he was in, so it was kind of crazy. All right, so Matthew Boyd, Noah Syndergaard goes to Derek Carty, and he had Chris Sale also. So
Matthew Carty has 4 straight pitchers: Peralta, Sale, Boyd, and Syndergaard. That's interesting.
Carty tends to go pitcher very late. He likes doing the fill-in of streaming, which is not a bad idea. And we should do a couple more pitchers. I think our bench is filled with Dickerson, Nemo, Escobar, and we have Fletcher for flexibility. We probably could use another middle infielder though, just to round up the team. And there we go. Up to you. We got Fairbanks, Andrus, Adele Ottavino, Alex Reyes, David Peralta, Kike Hernandez. Coming to you in a pick or so. Ray, who are you looking at?
I'm actually going to take a little bit of the strategy that you were not espousing in the intro here. I'm going to collect a couple of relievers. Not quite pure save speculations, though. There's a little bit more of a method to my madness. I mentioned earlier when I took Will Smith that I wanted the Chris Martin handcuff, so I'm going to grab that.
Okay.
Just in case I got the closer read in Atlanta wrong for opening day, even though we went through the logic there. And the other one I'm going to take is Trevor May, and that's not even so much a saves play as much as a giant strikeout ratio protection guy who as we were talking about earlier, with starting pitchers starting out slow for the first week or even couple of weeks, I may get more mileage out of him than some of my back end starters.
Right. Yeah. I guess I was too hard on the people who took those relievers, but Chris Martin is hardly that. I mean, that's the handcuff. In TGFBI, I have Will Smith, and I was just about to take Martin for the handcuff. I was sniped, but to me that guarantees you 100% chances of the saves if they decide to give it to one guy. So that is a good thing. Are you worried about Edwin Diaz losing control, not being able to handle New York at all? Any doubt in your mind?
It's funny. I've had that conversation because I have Mets fan friends who worry about that a lot. I'm not generally moved by that narrative. I think he'll be okay, but my more neurotic Met fan friends who are emotionally invested in this situation are definitely worried about that.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that, by the way. Okay, Ruvain, pitchers, who are we looking at here as our possibles?
Interesting. A lot of pitchers are going off the board last round. This round has been kind of slow, which has actually been good for us. You mentioned Eduardo Rodriguez. Has he been taken yet? I don't think he has.
Yeah, I know who took him.
Yeah, this guy did.
So he's gone. What about Christian Javier?
I think he's still available, yeah.
I think Christian
No, he's
Javier.
not, actually. I see him in round 22 right now.
He's not available.
Oh, boy. Okay, then we're really running low here. Any interest in picking Chris Archer?
No, not in this 12-team league. I did take him in labor. I don't know if you noticed that.
Okay, what about Taiwan Walker?
Taiwan Walker's interesting. I'm going to go Daniel Bard first. I think he's going to be the closer in Colorado. What the hell? Late.
Get another closer?
We're talking about the number 1 guy, not the number 3 guy. So we're going to go Bard for our 4th closer. Taiwan Walker's interesting. He looked really good so far in spring training, in the first start he had. Last year he was phenomenal. I think he just gets better this year. He's definitely going to get the full rotation, and we'll go. Yuli Gurriel just taken AJ Puck. Let's go with Taiwan Walker for there. And 1 round left for me. Got 2 more picks for you, Ray. We're almost done. This is pretty fast today.
Yeah, this has been crisp.
Yeah. And you know what? In a mock draft, that's what you want. It's just you're just here to see how the flow of things go. And then I guess we'll stay on for another 5-10 minutes just to recap our teams and to say whether we got our strategies and what we liked, didn't do well, that kind of thing. As we go there, Rowdy Tellez just went, so bottom people here. All right, who you have a lot of relievers. Sorry, you've got a lot of pitchers on your bench. I think you got 4 spots pitchers. Sorry, 3 out of the guys on your bench are pitchers. What are you looking for here?
Yeah, I'm going to grab one more bat just for a little bit of balance on the bench. I like to have a pitcher-heavy bench, but it doesn't need to be 5 out of 6. I think 4 out of 6 here will be enough. So I've got Randall Grichuk in the queue.
Yep.
We just saw Tellez go, which tells me it's Randall Grichuk time too.
There you go.
Those are the two guys who are sort of